oftentimes that the relationship that you have with your earthly father kind of dictates the way in which you view God as your father. Stay with me for just a second. Let me explain myself. That if you had a father who was cold and unengaged, maybe he was harsh in his expectations and rules for you, that you start to see God in that same light. You start to see him as this dictator over your life versus a loving God. But if you've had a father who was loving and gentle and kind and patient with you, it's very easy for you to accept God in those terms. I don't know where you are this morning. I don't know your vision of him. Maybe past experiences with religion have left you a little bit disenchanted with church and this whole Jesus thing. Maybe hurts in your past have kind of left you wondering a little bit. Maybe you view God as this cruel taskmaster who lords over his minions to answer and do his every beck and call. But I want to tell you this morning that's simply not the case. The fact is that from the very beginning, he has sought us out. He has sought out a relationship with his people. Go back. Let's go back to the very beginning with Adam and Eve in the first instance of sin. Right? The sin of disobedience where they eat of the fruit after being told specifically not to. Where do we find God? Where do we find God? Do we find him in the heavens above, raining down lightning and thunder and hail on them in judgment? No. The Bible says that he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day. Even though they hid from him, he sought them. They were ashamed of what they did, but he sought them. That's the kind of God that we serve and that he is. And the fact is, he is still seeking us thousands of years later, even in our sin.